So good afternoon guys. In previous lecture, as voice is not audible, means voice is not correct due to technical problem, so I am taking this lecture for this previous lecture, means I will cover the previous concepts that we have covered in previous lecture. Because of this sound quality, I am taking this lecture again. Okay, so in first lecture we have actually studied about the characteristics of the planner. Okay, this is your second unit. Actually second unit, it is about it is nothing but the second unit is planning and organizing at supervisory level. Okay, so it means we need to understand the supervisor role or the planner role in the management. Okay, so in previous lecture we have covered the some characteristics of the planner. Actually in first lecture we have covered the what is the syllabus structure, or what is the meaning of the planning. Okay, exactly what does it mean. Okay, so in previous lecture we have covered some characteristics of the planner. Okay, so there are 5 to 6 characteristics. So in that we have covered, first one is ordering. Okay, then second one is elaboration, third one is perceptual foresight, fourth one is conceptual foresight, and fifth one is originality. Then sixth one is fluency of ideas, seventh one is judgment. Okay, so these 7 characteristics of the planner, or any planner or any supervisor should have these characteristics to achieve his goal towards the company's objective. Okay, so these are the characteristics. Actually we have covered these characteristics in detail in our previous lecture. Okay, so first one is your ordering. So ordering, it is nothing but this supervisor or your planner, it should have such ability to deal all the things very properly, or very in a best manner. Okay, then next thing is what? Elaboration. Elaboration means the organizer or planner, he must be capable to elaborate or to explain all the plans or all the procedures in a very detailed manner. Okay, the next one is what we have seen, perceptual foresight. Perceptual foresight, it means the idea development. Actually, okay, he should have such ability to create some ideas to overcome the problems. Then conceptual foresight, it is nothing but it is same like that perceptual foresight. Here he will the people tend to see the things or events and situations in detail. Okay, then next one is originality. Okay, so originality, it means what? He should have such knowledge to have such innovative ideas to execute the plans or to achieve his goals. Then fluency of ideas. Okay, the planner must possess and develop a large fund of ideas. Okay, then seventh one is judgment. Okay, every planner must have a judgment, means which plan or which way we are going to execute, or which way is the best way. So such type of judgment should be there for the your planner or advisor, supervisor, sorry. Then now we will see the next topic. Next topic is about a supervisor, or you can say planner. Okay, so what should be planned? So actually, as we know that if the company have given or organization have set a goal or objective, then this objective we need to execute over this objective, means what should be planned. Okay, so first, actually what should be planned means first thing we must know that what is our target, what is our objectives that are going to be planned. Okay, so in this lecture we will see what are the objectives, what are the criteria, what are the procedures that should be followed, or that the advisor or planner, any planner follow. So we will see what should be planned means anything that can be planned in a proper way. So first, what should be planned? So first we need to know what are the objectives given by the organization. Okay, what are the objectives given by the organizations? Okay, as we know that if if we don't know the any target or any turnover or any objective of the organization, then we didn't plan in such way to achieve the objective. It means what? For example, if we don't know our target, we cannot hit this target with proper planning. But if we do have the objectives or goals of the organization, then we can make a proper plan to achieve this goal. So it is difficult to hit a target unless you can see it or know where it is located. So it means what? We should know all the objectives, all the targets that the company have set for employees or for organization. Okay, so this is what about your objectives. So everyone must know the objective of the organization. The next one is what? Controls. Okay, so now controls, it means what? The top level management should have the control over the middle and first level management. Okay, it means what? This top level management is the responsible to execute the plans under middle and first level management. So control should be there from top level to first level. Okay, because with the help of this control, it is possible to check the performance of every level or at every level with the help of this control. Okay, then third thing is what? Delegations. Now delegations, it means what? If we know if there are different responsibilities in the organization, then who is the responsible person to take these responsibilities very properly? Means who is the person who can handle these problems or these responsibilities very properly? Means we need to delegate or we need to give these responsibilities to proper person or proper employees or subordinates. Okay, so we cannot place the responsibilities on the shoulders of subordinates without considering their capacity, the degrees of supervision, and the controls which will tell us how well delegations are being discharged. So it means what? All the responsibilities, whatever the responsibilities which are going to be conducted during the process, so we need to delegate these responsibilities over a proper or well educated person so that he can execute this responsibility in his best manner. Okay, so these are the delegations of the responsibilities. The next fourth one is what? Communications. Okay, so in order to coordinate the activities of a group, it is necessary that proper verbal, written and visual communication should be planned. So it means what? If advisor is the responsible for whole process, then he should have such ability to, so he should have such ability of proper verbal, written and visual communication with his subordinates. Means with the help of this verbal, written and visual communications, he is able to execute his things in very proper manner with the help of his subordinates. Okay, so proper communication should be there between the top level, middle level and first level management to execute the plan in efficient manner. Okay, then next one is what? Resources. Okay, so as we know that every company, every small scale, large scale or middle scale, every company has abundant of resources. Resources means what? Men, material, machines. These are the resources. So these resources, we need to use all the resources in optimum way to reduce the cost for organization as well as to increase the productivity of the organization. Okay, so the supervisor is the responsible person or planner must be planner is the responsible person to use these resources in such a manner that the costing for the company should be reduced and the productivity of the company should be increased. So the proper use of resources should be done through this organizer or supervisor or planner. Okay, so this is about your resources. Okay, Then methods and procedures. Okay, as there is no one best way of doing anything. As we know that there are various different ways to execute the plans, but we need to follow such a procedure or such way so that we can achieve our goal with effective or efficient manner. Means what? We need to reduce the cost, means we need to increase our productivity with optimum resources. It means what? We need to follow such procedures or such principles that the productivity of the organization is increased as well as the costing to the organization is also reduced. So such proper and standard procedures and methods should be followed by the supervisor or planner. Then next one is what? Manpower. Okay, so manpower, actually we know that the manpower, it is required to increase the productivity of the organization. And as we know that the certain job studies have shown the amount of manpower required to perform given jobs. It means what? The manpower is the requirement to perform a given task or a given target. Okay, so we need to control this manpower to execute our plans also. So supervisor is the responsible person for this. Then next one is equipment. So equipment, if we use highly efficient equipments or highly efficient tools with trained or skilled resources or manpower resources, then we can increase our productivity as well as we can achieve our target in a minimum time. But if there are the machines which are not highly skilled or highly efficient machines are not there, then we cannot increase our productivity with the help of skilled or trained persons also. So that the proper equipment or proper tool should be there for every personnel or every employees, and it would increase the productivity of that employee. Okay, so every worker must be provided with the tools required by his job, and such tool which includes machines as well as the miscellaneous collections of the gadgets which workers need. Okay, so this is the equipment, necessity of the equipment. Then supplies and materials. So as we know that there must not be any reduction in the raw material to the organization or to the production line. Okay, if there is a reduction in the raw material, then the production line works will stop. So that as we know that in the most sufficient shops, much planning is required to assure the proper flow of supplies, means to assure the proper flow of raw material to the production department. As much means less planning is required, as we know that the sufficient or abundant raw material is available in the organization, as because our raw material is the basic need for the production department. So there must be the smoothly flow of this raw material, and it should be checked by the supervisor oftenly. Okay, so this is about supplies and materials. Then next one is what? Utilization of time. So utilization time, actually as we know that in a given time if work is done, then everyone should be happy. But the work is not done in given time, then we cannot increase the productivity of the organization. If given task is completed in a given time or in a early in the given time, then we can increase the productivity of the organization. So that's why supervisor, he is the responsible person. So he should allot a time to every worker, and he should check whether the given task is completed within this time or not. Okay, so he is the responsible person. Then next one is safety. Okay, the safety, health and well-being of people must be planned as a part of every job. So as we know that it should be planned, the safety, health and the well-being of any employee, it should be planned by the organizer. Okay, and last one is your money. Okay, so this money, there is never enough of it. Okay, available funds or allocations must be used so that maximum return is received. Okay, so money is responsible for maximum return. So available allocations or available money, it is required to, actually these allocations, it must be used in a proper way, in efficient way to increase the returns. Okay, so the what should be planned. So here we have studied 10 to 12 points. So first one is what? Related to your supervisor or organizer. So first we should know the objectives of the organization. Then we next is controls. Then we need to control all the departments in a very efficient manner. Means we need to control the department wise work. Okay, it means for top level management is responsible for middle level is responsible for first level. Okay, so everyone should have control over it. Then delegations, we need to know, we need to delegate all the responsibilities over a accurate or highly skilled person. Then next one is what? Communications. Okay, so this supervisor or this manager, he should have such communication skill or verbal skill or written skills to delegate his responsibilities to the employees. Then next is resources. We need to use all the resources in optimum way to increase the productivity. Then methods and procedures. Okay, so every company has its standard methods and procedures which all the employees are following and achieving their targets. Okay, then next is manpower. So manpower, it is actually the manpower is the basic element for the planning. Then next one is equipment. So proper equipment or highly skilled trained or skilled persons are there. Then with the help of proper equipment, they will achieve or they will increase their productivity. Then supplies and materials. So supplies and materials means raw materials should be properly supplied to the production department, so that there must not be any reduction in the raw material and there must not be any chances that the production department will be stopped. Okay, the next one is what? Utilization of time. Okay, every task should be completed in a given time. The next one is what? Safety is nothing but safety, health and well-being of the people must be planned, and it is a part of company or every job. Money, so money, it means what? If we increase or if we allocate, or if we sufficient available funds or sufficient allocations, they must be used so that the maximum return is received. So this is about the characteristics, you can say characteristics of the advisor or organizer or your planner, or you can say the things which should follow every company to achieve his goals or objectives. Okay, so here I am concluding this lecture. In next lecture we will see the next part of this unit. Okay, thank you.